Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to talk about a webinar I'll be hosting tomorrow night. All right, this is for competitive combat sports athletes. All right, specifically those who are pursuing to be national champs, district champs, regional champs, Pan Am champs, European champs. All right, people who are all in on the game, who love the game, are passionate about the game. All right, I'm looking to make a career out of this, making to pursue something big out of this. All right, and who's just all about their desired sport. All right. The objective tomorrow night in the webinar is to help fighters pursue the dream wholeheartedly, all right, without having to worry about finances. All right. The webinar would allow you. I'm hoping through this webinar it would allow you to work the least amount of hours to making the most amount of money while doing something you still love, staying in the gym. All right, which will free up the most amount of time for you, all right, so you can focus on the most important thing, getting better and training. All right, so that's the objective of the webinar. I'm just having some notes here, right, because it's a lot I want to cover. All right, so who am I? I am Coach Dwayne. My name is Dwayne Hines. I'm a retired professional mixed martial artist with a 10-1 record. All right, I retired as the #4 ranked welterweight in ONE FC, the second largest mixed martial arts promotion in the world. I was a multiple-time Pan American champion. I'm a boxing national champion, judo national champion, BJJ regional champion. I've been involved in combat for 26 years. Today I own 2 gyms, one in Trinidad and one in Canada. And I'm still involved in sport I love. I provide a very good living for myself and my family. Doing martial arts, doing combat sports and fitness. All right, so I've learned a lot of lessons along the way. 26 years, I went through the rope as a high-level competitor. I was able to transition out to open my own gyms and to still be involved in sport, doing something I love and I'm passionate about. All right, so that's me in a nutshell. So why am I doing this and the problem that I'm solving? All right, combat sports, as they say, is a poor man's sport. All right, 97% of competitive combat sport athletes will never reach financial success. What I mean by that is when they're done with the game, even if it's the beginning, middle, or end, they won't even have enough savings to provide for themselves for 1 or 2 months. So you're talking they don't even have $1,000 or $2,000 in the bank, even though they had a lifetime of achievements competing. All right, I retired as #4 ranked welterweight in the world, and I was still sleeping in the gym. All right, but I was able to correct that fastly, and I learned a lot about business. That's what it's all about today, right? Financial struggle is the #1 reason why fighters would eventually leave the game and fade away. It's not injuries, it's not age, all right? It's eventually work. You have to provide for yourself. Eventually, even if you're living at home now and things are good, at some point, for 97% of fighters, they're not going to transition from being a recreational athlete, competitive athlete, and just making top dollars. All right, for 97% of you, it's going to be a gradual transition until you finally get to the top. And even then, only 3% will make enough money to survive off of it while they don't have to work at the same time, right? So this is why I'm doing this. All right, it would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of effort, a lot of time. I'd be able to spend more time training in the gym. Who knows what I'd accomplish if I got hundreds or even thousands more hours time back to train because I wasn't bartending. All right, that's what I did for a long time until I eventually was able to transition to becoming a personal trainer and transition that route, right? All right, the solution I'm offering is I want to teach fighters how to be coaches and trainers and eventually gym owners when you retire, all right? This is what the format I'm using is a step-by-step system, right? You can figure all this stuff out on your own, like I did, right? And through mentorships and through guidance and advice and paying for programs. All right, but it's going to take hundreds, thousands of hours that I put in to develop the business skills that I have today, right? The solution I'm offering is a step-by-step system. Joe Ash Walkins, 16-1 pro record, #1 ranked fighter in the Caribbean. All right, owns his own gym and doesn't worry fancy. When camp comes around, he can take off time, all right, and do his own thing, right? So the solution I'm offering was allow you to work the least amount of hours for maximum pay. All right, you can work as little as 3 hours a week to support your fighting lifestyle. All right, I'll go all into this and more into the details in the webinar. All right, I'm gonna teach you how to business 101. All right, and how to build a brand. Stuff I just didn't know. I knew jab, crosses, left hooks, how to set a trap to land this combo. I know omoplatas and triangles, but I knew nothing about business. Even though I thought I could just be a skilled fighter, and then people will flock to me for wanting to get trained because of my resume, because what I accomplished in the sport. It doesn't work that way at all. You still have to have business sense, all right? So I'm gonna teach you how to build supply and demand for the services you offer. It'll allow you to stay in the gym doing something you love, rather than having some other low-income job. A lot of fighters go on to be like me, where work night shifts so you can train during the day. You'd be bouncers or security guards or bartenders. So a lot of people work in trades, construction, stuff like that. But all that stuff still takes so much time away, right? And it doesn't maximize your pay. The pay I'm talking about is like, it depends on where you are. It's a global audience, folks, right? So depending on, but I'm talking minimum 100 US an hour. That's what I'm talking about if you implement my system, all right? Teaching one, morning Lesbe. You'll be self-employed, all right? Self-employed. So you don't have to worry about asking anyone for time off. You don't have to juggle your working hours. When you want time off, you take time off. Let your clients know, hey, I have a fight coming up. And the thing is, you're in financial position to do so, all right? Because you have savings, and you'll be able to, you know you're coming right back to a job, clients waiting for you. And if you do it right too, when you get laid on their own, you can hire people. It's a step-by-step system, one thing at a time, all right? And also the system I'm using is going to help you to get sponsorship when that time comes. Like currently, I make more money from sponsors as a 40-year-old retired fighter with a studio gym in the middle of nowhere in country, Niagara-on-the-Lake, than I did as number 4 ranked welterweight in the second largest MMA promotion in the world. Think about that, all right? Because now I have a brand, all right? So I'll be teaching you how to build your brand, all right? So when sponsorship comes, when you want sponsorship, they will be coming to you, all right? And you have them lined up, all right? And also because you now have a brand and the route we're going to choose, all right, you'll be able to get bigger and better fights on bigger and better promotions, right? Because you have an audience. You know, that's what promotions care about, right? The fact that like people want to pay to see you, people want to see you online, people will be paying to see you, all right? Because you've now built your brand, you now have an audience. Right? Promotions, they don't care if you're 1 and 2, 2 and 3. You're gonna generate like Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul is not the greatest boxer in the world, but he has the biggest boxing events in the world because people want to see him, right? So the solution and the route we're gonna be teaching you, all right, you're rebuilding your brand at the same time, all in steps. So when that time does come for you to ask for sponsorship, when that time does come to ask for to get on bigger and better promotions, they're gonna want you. You're gonna be choosing which promotion you want to fight on, all right? All right. So why am I doing this and why now, all right? I tell a story of a fighter, a boxer from my country. If you guys watched my reel, I did this on. He was a silver medalist Pan American, silver medalist in Commonwealth Games. He fought Deontay Wilder on national television. All right, last time I saw him, all right, he was a security guard in a grocery store, right? He wasn't able to transition his skills, into a career to provide for himself and his family. All right. Instead, he had to go to a low-income job because he has no other skills. This guy he's a world-class boxer who can set traps to land combos, knows how to slip, dodge, and timing. He knows all the intricacies of boxing, right? But he doesn't have the business sense to translate that into a career where people want to pay for his services. All right. Way more qualified than me in the world of boxing, at least. All right. But he just wouldn't have the business skills. All right. So this is why I'm doing this now, because it's the most heartbreaking thing for me as a coach is to watch 17, 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds come into the sport excited, world of potential, and they just didn't have the financial backing at home. They have to get jobs, and eventually the jobs become their priority, all right? And that's it, you know what I mean? They fade away. They end up leaving the sport, all right? People in the middle of their careers, they get to the point where they're able to juggle work and training, but eventually they hit that peak competition level where they need more time to train, but they can't get time off from work, you know what I mean, to get over that hump, right? Now, if they were able to get more time training, be able to beat that guy or that person who's like a little bit ahead of them because they were able to train more, right? So that's the second roadblock you're gonna run into, right? So the beginning of the career, eventually you need to get jobs, you're living at home, but eventually you have to get a career. In the middle of your career, you get to that roadblock where you're able to balance work and business, work and training, but then you can't get over that big hump because it's too much time being allocated to work. And the last part of this is it's like people coming out of retirement. They had a good career, decent career like me, you know what I mean? But at the end of it, because the sport doesn't pay much, all right, they had nothing to show for it at the end. They had no other skills, and they can't transition out of their career as smoothly into a career of coaching, training, and as a gym owner, all right? So the skills I'm gonna teach you is gonna allow you to smoothly transition from retirement into eventually be able to have your own gym, and using all right, a proper business model. All right, what's the opportunity here? In this webinar, I'm going to be choosing 10 fighters who I'm going to work with over the next 4 weeks, working with them one-on-one through my system, step by step by step, to help them get their first 5 clients and get the ball rolling. And by the end of this 4 weeks, should be getting paid and have a waiting list of more clients lined up. All right, so if they want to go higher and scale up and work more hours to make more money, they can, or they just have a supply and demand train. So if someone leaves or gets sick or has to go on vacation, you have someone else already in line waiting to fall in. So your income will be consistent. You don't have to worry about someone not showing up, so I'm going to make less this month or whatever, right? I'm telling you, man, like I'm telling you, this is a legit proper system that I formulate. Like I have it on lock, right? Anyway, we get to that, right? So that's the opportunity. You'll be able to work with me. I'll be choosing 10 fighters. I'm going to work with over one-on-one over the next 4 weeks, all right? The next step, all right, I'll go in the link in my bio. It's going to say a free webinar. I'm registered for the webinar, all right? The time is going to be 8:30 p.m., July 28th, Eastern time, right? 8:30 p.m. So join. I'll be going on live. We're going to run through of how everything's going to work, what we're going to need, and I'm going to be choosing 10 fighters. I want to hear a little bit of your stories, ask questions, and whatnot, all right? And the last part of this is... what's the alternative, guys? Like, honestly, I've been through the route. I've seen hundreds, thousands, and thousands of fighters. I mean, go on this journey, take this journey, right? Eventually, even if it's okay now, all right? Eventually, for 97% of us, all right, you're going to have to work, support, and pay for your life. Even if you're living at home now, you're going to have to move out. All right, you're going to have to provide for yourself. You're going to pay for training, you're going to pay some bills, pay for gas money, pay for a car. Eventually, the truth is you're going to have to work on this journey to provide for yourself somehow. What's the alternative, all right? You can be a bartender like I did, a bouncer, security guard, work construction or some kind of trade. But that route, you're still going to have to allocate 5, 8, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, 20, 30, 40 hours a week to training, which is going to take away from your training time, take away energy from your training practices, so you don't have enough energy. So I'm offering a solution where you can work a minimum of 3 hours a week and make enough money, all right, to fit your lifestyle, survive, right? If you want to up that to 6 hours a week, so you make more money depending on where you're at. If you want to work 4 or 5 hours a week, all right, 10, 12 hours a week, 15 hours a week to provide for your family or a little one at home. I'm telling you guys, like, I wish I knew this coming up, all right? It would have saved me. I could have got hundreds or even 1,000 more hours in gym time training. Who knows what I would have been today if I would have got that time back, all right? I'm telling you guys, like, the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I know finance is going to be the #1 reason that affects most of you. You might not be thinking about it now. You have tunnel vision, your eyes on the goal, you're going to be champion. That's the only thing you can focus on, right? But I'm telling you, for 97% of it, it's not going to be a straight line. You're going to have to get jobs, you're going to have to get sponsors, you're going to have to provide for yourself somehow. I'm telling you, so far, this is the best way I've thought of, right? And the beautiful thing about this is no matter when you decide to leave, you can transition your skills into a career that you love, that you're passionate about, right? That you share in your knowledge. You get to stay in the gym, right? You get to live a fulfilled life, right? Providing for yourself and for your full family, doing something you love. So either way, if you make it through competition or not, you make it because you win in life. All right, guys, so that's my little split for today. So join the webinar. If you're a combat sport athlete and you're trying to do big things, you're trying to take this route seriously, I'm telling you, like, I'm just show up. For some of you, this is going to alter your entire life, all right? Because it's going to give you the skill sets to use this, all right, to make a career out of it, to develop your life, to just be happy, right? Like I get to come into work every day to do what I love, to be around the people I love, and providing a great living for my family, all right? And for some of you, this is going to give you the extra hours all right, that you're going to need to eventually become world champ, all right? So this is what it's about, all right? You're going to be able to work the least amount of hours to make the most amount of money so you can spend more time training till you get to your goal of being champion. That's it, guys. I hope to see you on the inside. And I'm telling you, like if you're a competitive athlete, even if you have things balanced right now, working 8 hours a day or whatever, just hear me out, right? Because I can allow you to work less hours, all right? So you can get more time training so you can be even better. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Hope to see you on the inside. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hearing me out. Have a great day, everyone. Boop, boop.